Hi guys, now in this section I will be teaching you about trip circuit 1. So we will see we have a breaker here in comer 1 and how we can trip this breaker or open this breaker by a switch. So you can see the control supply to this circuit is fed through F30. This is the MCB, and I have in previous lecture I have told you from where the supply is coming. So this supply is reaching to BX61 and BS611. Okay, so you can see the supply is coming up to SA1. So in my previous lecture I have explained that SA1 here is a local remote selector switch. So if the selector switch is at local, you can see this symbol local close, remote close. So if the selector switch is at local, so you can see this that 3 and 4 will be closed, and 1 and 2 will be open. So when this is closed and the DC will through to SA2. SA2 is open or close button at local panel. So in this case, if we give the command of closing through this, so we push close, so the command will travel from 2 to B617. I will zoom in for your ease, and then it will move to 17A, and here you can see through a lockout. So basically in protection, scheme is designed in such a way that closing is prohibited or blocked if any protection is operated. It means that if some protection has operated, someone from protection and maintenance team has to come and physically check everything is fine and the fault is removed, and then he have to reset the lockout manually, or it could be electrical reset from remote, and then close command will work. So through this lockout relay contact, suppose that circuit is healthy, there is no tripping from F60, so in that case the closing will come here at this point. This is the closing coil, so the breaker will operate and breaker will close. So this is closing through local operation. Now we will see that how closing will done through remote. So you can see this is the remote closing. So we first of all we have to select selector switch at remote. In that case 3 and 4 will be open and 1 and 2 will be closed. So here you can see the supply will be available at BX6, 18 and 19, and here you can see this is Q6 is basically a closing command. So in this case, in our case, the closing is coming from the this is called as breaker management relay, or you can see is a multifunction relay. This relay is doing not only protection but also it is doing bay control. So it's you can say bay control protection relay 2-in-1. So when the selector switch is a remote, control is transferred to bay control relay, and bay control relay further can be connected, or it will be connected to a control system. So control system can give command to this bay control, and then bay control will do the local operations through remote. So when the relay give closing command, it will come here at F17A, and again through lockout it will go to the VCB compartment, and then breaker will close. So this is basically two local remote closing I have explained you. Now here you can see first of all I have explained local opening. So here you can see this is again the local switch which is used to open and close the breaker. So in this here you can see that if you open the breaker, open command, it will directly will go to tripping coil 1 and breaker will open. If you want to understand the breaker drawing itself in detail, you can also enroll in my previous training. I explained the local circuits in the breaker, so it will be easier for you to understand this one in detail. So here you can see this is local operations. If you want to do operations from remote, you have to select a switch SA1 to remote, then 1 and 2 will be shorted and supply will be available here. So through the relay F650, if the tripping command comes, it will be reaching from F33 to 23 to 24 to 31 and then to tripping coil. So this is how basically the tripping coil, the control circuit is doing its operation. So here you can see another supervision circuit, trip supervision circuit. It is difficult to explain here, so I have explained this one separately in my previous trainings. So engineering drawing 1 and 2 and 3, so you can go and select these basic courses to see how this trip circuit supervision is operating. So then you can see there is an external trip option here, so you can see if external trips come, it will be directly come here and then it will trip the circuit. So also we one LED is configured here, so if trip comes, this LED is glowing and it is showing that there is a trip coming from any source, maybe external or from the F650. Okay, in this sheet, the next you will see that protection, we have protection indication here, that protection is tripped. This is F650. When the protection is tripped, this contact is configured as when protection tip, this will close and it will result in indication of this lamp. The same indication can be also connected to any external alarm and indication room. Here you can see DC supply fail indication. What they have done, they have connected normally closed contact of all the MCBs. If any MCB trips, then this contact will close and the indication will come that MCB is tripped. So in the same way, they have connected DC MCBs and normally closed contacts and AC MCB normally closed contacts in parallel. Then they have open indication, close indication for the circuit breakers, and they have further indication of VCB and truck indication, which is showing the indication of withdrawal indication, either that trolley is in service position or test position. When you rack in the trolley and connect the plug, it is in service position, and when we rack out the trolley, then it is in the test position. So this is the control circuit. In this circuit we have studied how we have to do the local remote selection, how we can do the operation open and close through local and remote, and how protection relay is giving tripping command through TC1. Further we have understand in this training how alarms and indications are connected. So this is, I have completed this part. We'll move to the next part, that is related to trip circuit 2. Okay, in this one part I have one item I have left that I have just seen is that this measuring unit is connected to under voltage relay. So as soon as the DC supply is fail, this is the DC supply, as soon as the DC supply is fail, this relay, monitoring relay, will trip the breaker automatically. So this is a feature which is required, and especially now as per new IC standard, because previously what happened is that the 11 kV substation DC supply was failed many places and fault came, and because there is no DC, so it was not open and it will result in big fire. So nowadays the new specifications are recommending that as soon as the DC supply fails, the breaker should open. So this part is specially dealing for that section. So you can see it is under voltage trip. So thank you very much. We will move to the next topic.